Well, Sishan, we're going to move on from China right back to India. Saurabh Mukherjee is head of equities at Ambit Capital, joining us live from Mumbai. PK Basu also on set with us. So take us through your thoughts on what's going to happen. You say that Sensex, your year-end target is 23K. Right now, that would mean from where current levels are 20% upside. How are we going to get there?
I think we've seen India go through these cycles several times in the last year and a half, where we go through bouts of euphoria where the market pulls up by around 10% very quickly, and then we hit these air pockets where pessimism, negativity kicks in pretty quickly. And I think we're clearly in one of those bouts of pessimism. My reading is in the next 60 days or so, the Congress, the ruling party, will use its last window for reform to get its final burst of reforms done. After that, it'll be down to electioneering mode. So between now and 15th August, there's a pretty punchy bout of reforms coming through on coal price pooling, which we heard about on Friday, on further coal block allocations to power plants, and then on foreign direct investment. I think there'll be plenty of news flow on that front. That combined with a normality kicking in around the world, a realization that the reaction to QE was overdone, I think that itself will lead to the market recovering a fair bit of confidence. And as we go towards the end of the year, the economic recovery kicks in, and I think the market will grind upwards towards 23,000.
Okay.
Saurabh, your forecast for 23,000, I presume, is predicated on lots of economic reform, as you just mentioned. But the government appears to be under pressure from the party to go ahead, first of all, with the food security bill. And the provision in the budget for the food security bill is only 100 billion rupees. The cost in a full year is estimated at 1.24 trillion rupees. Are they going to do reform first or the food security bill first? If they do the food security bill, could the rupee go to 65?
The monsoon session of Parliament begins in late July, early August, and that's when I think the government will turn its mind towards populism. My sources in Delhi suggest that across all parties, not just the ruling party, across all parties, there's unanimity that the food security bill needs to go through. Remember, if they pass it in August, if they pass this bill in August, they'll only have to pay for it for half the financial year, because you really will be pretty much done with most of the financial year by the time that bites. So the fiscal implications for the year to March 14 are not that serious, and by itself the food security bill is not something that I think will create fiscal stress. My concern is that over and above the food security bill, will they launch other welfare measures outside Parliament in a bid to win the election? So for example, will they increase direct cash transfers? Will they announce a pension scheme for organized workers below a certain income level? Those are the sorts of things I think we need to be more careful about as we go into August, September. But before they launch populism, they will get a fair bit of reform done.
Yeah, but before we even get to mid-August, what about this notion, the positioning and the exit, the money flows cutting out of emerging markets, as a lot of people are even pricing in September tapering?
Clearly, I think, based on what was said by the Fair on 19th of June, a lot of people around the world have made several assumptions about emerging market bonds and the sorts of outflows we'll see there. The good news for India is the total holding of foreign investors in Indian bonds is pretty small. It's as low as $30 billion, which is, a fraction of what foreign investors hold in Indian equities. So the sheer modesty of foreigners' positions in Indian corporate and government bonds does give India some protection. That being said, it could well be that the rupee slides some more before normalcy sets in. But I think by and large the position that the reaction to the 19 June statements was overdone will gradually settle in vis-a-vis equity investors into the Indian market.
Okay, so maybe there is a silver lining to the fact that foreigners have relatively limited exposure to the Indian bond markets. Thank you so much for that. Nice to talk to you. Saurabh Mukherjee of Ambit Capital and our guest host, PK Basu. We appreciate your time.